Hi, I'm Stephanie with GameStop.
And I'm John with GameStop.
As you guys get ready for your welcome event for the One Piece trading card game, John here will take some time to discuss with you all the ins and outs of the card game.
Let's break down the basics of the cards we're about to come across. This is your leader card. It's what determines what deck you are playing. In the upper right hand corner, you'll notice its power level. This is how much your leader swings for and how much damage it takes to take a life off of you. In the middle of the card is your ability. This is what makes your leader unique to other cards. In the bottom right is your life. This is how much damage you need to take in order to lose or win the game. Once your life hits 0 and you take a hit, you lose the duel. In the bottom left of the card is the color wheel. This determines what cards you are allowed to play in your deck. This is a green and red leader, which means this deck can only contain green and red cards. Next up, we'll talk about the Dawn cards. This is the resource of the game. It is kept in a separate deck in your play area. Each deck can only contain 10 cards of Dawn. 2 Dawn are added during each turn, except for the person who goes first. During their first turn, they add a single Dawn, and then apply 2 each progressive turn. They are exerted to pay the cost for your cards, which you will see in the upper left-hand corner. On the bottom of each of these cards, you will see plus 1,000 during your turn. You may attach active Dawn only to your leaders or characters to give them a plus 1,000 boost to their power for each Dawn attached. But this boost only lasts during your turn, and you may not spend the Dawn that is attached. Next, we're going to talk about the 3 types of cards you can find inside of your main deck. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you will see a number here. This determines how much Dawn you must exert in order to play this card. Now we're going to break down the 3 types of cards you see here. The first up we'll talk about is the stage card. Stages are played next to your leader on your playfield. These cards are typically permanent cards that stay in play over time, with powerful abilities that can be used each turn. Next, you will see character cards. Characters are your primary source of damage in the game and how you can generate advantage. Some of them have great abilities that allow you to accumulate cards from your deck or give your leaders additional attack powers. Like your leader, in the upper right-hand corner, you will see their power as well. This also determines how much this card may hit for. On the left-hand side of the card, you will notice some characters have a plus with a number between 1 and 2,000. This is called counter. You may use counter from your hand by discarding them to your trash to give your leader or a card plus that much attack power to save them from being destroyed by a battle. Event cards are placed in the trash once used. They are powerful cards that can have different abilities to change the tide of battle. You will notice that on some cards at the bottom is a word trigger. These triggers only happen when this card is taken from your life after you've been hit. You may use that trigger immediately, but be warned that once you do, the card goes to your trash instead of staying in your hand. Next, let's break down the play area into 8 zones. The first zone you'll see here is your character area. This is the only area you can play your characters in, and you can only have a max of 5 characters in play at any point in time. To play additional characters from your hand, you will need to first trash one of your 5 existing characters. The next area is your leader area. Your leader is always in play here, and this is where he will rest. Next to your leader area is your stage area. This is where you will play stage cards from your hand and leave them on the field. Next to the stage area is your deck. This is the most important part of your game. Below your deck is your trash. Your trash is where you will put any characters that are defeated by battle or any event cards that you play from your hand. Next, let's talk about the bottom area. You have your Dawn zone and your Dawn deck. Your Dawn deck is where you keep all of your active Dawn until it is ready to be played. You will exert all of your Dawn in the cost area. And finally, the most important zone on the map, your life area. This is where you will place the top cards of your deck determined by your leader's life. Our Luffy has 4 life, so we will place the top 4 cards from our deck onto this area. Remember, once this hits 0 and you take a hit, you have lost the duel. You'll also notice in the middle that you will see the phases. You have your refresh phase, which is where you restand all your characters in Dawn, then you draw a card in the draw phase. During the Dawn phase, you will place the top 2 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck to the field and proceed to the main phase. In the main phase, you may play characters or attack, and then once you have done all of your actions and can proceed no further, you end your turn and pass it to your opponent.
Now that we've gone through all the ins and outs of the basics of the One Piece trading card game, let's go ahead and kickstart into our welcome event. Thank you for joining us today for our One Piece TCG welcome event. You should have been given your welcome event deck. Go ahead and open that now, and go ahead and set up the included playmat guide. Our host will now pause the video to allow you to get set up.
Next, let's break down what you're going to get in the deck you received from the Associated store. Here you'll see you get the green and red leader Luffy. In this deck, you get a series of red cards that are really cool. You get the Cavendish, the Sai, the Bartolomeo, Tony Chopper, Sanji, Nico Robin, Frankie, and the event card Guard Point. The important cards here to notice are the Cavendish, which says you can take the top card of your life, add it to your hand, and this character gains Rush. Rush is important because most characters cannot attack the turn they are played, but Rush characters can, giving you significant advantage. Bartolomeo is also important because he has Blocker. Blockers are the only cards in the game that can protect your life or another character from being destroyed, sacrificing himself in the process. Guard Point is also important because this is your only event card in the game. It gives you a good counter for 1 Dawn, giving your leader or character plus 3000 power in the battle, which can save you in a pinch. But be warned, it will not stay in your hand for future advantage.
Go ahead and pause this video so you can take a look at each and every card in this deck. Make sure you read through all of their abilities so you fully understand each card. Now we'll go into our set sail portion of our event. Purchase of the Learn Together deck set is required to participate in this portion of the event.
Now, Stephanie and I will break down the Learn Together deck set using the scripted duel that comes with it. As you can see here, we already have the play area set up with our leaders and our life. The first thing Zoro does going first is plays 1 Dawn from their Dawn deck set to the field as active. They then tap that Dawn to play the Kazuki Hiyori from their hand to the field and pass turn. The Luffy player goes next. He draws 1 card for turn and sets 2 Dawn active from the Dawn deck. Exerting 1 Dawn, he plays the Koala from his hand, and having no further actions, passes turn to his opponent. Next, the Zoro player sets all of their cards to active in the refresh stage and draws for turn. They set 2 cards from their Dawn deck to active onto the field. They exert the Hiyori and 1 Dawn to use her effect, letting her look at the top 5 cards of their deck and add 1 slash attribute character, or 1 green event. As we see here, they have chosen to add the Tashigi from their deck to their hand. They place the remaining cards on the bottom of their deck in any order. Now that it is the second turn of the duel, you may attack. Exerting your leader to the side, you may declare an attack with your Roronoa Zoro leader. The Luffy player takes the damage and adds the card from the bottom of their life to their hand. Finally, the Zoro player will rest their last 2 Dawn to play the Koshiro from their hand and pass the turn. Now it's back to the Luffy player. We'll set our Dawn to active, draw our card for turn, and then add our 2 active Dawn from our dead deck. Now that it's our second turn, we can attack as well. We're going to declare an attack with the Koala into the Hiyori, our 1000 attack versus their 0. The Hiyori card goes to the trash. Now we're going to take all 4 of our Dawn, set it to resting, to play the Roronoa Zoro from our hand. Since Koala is still on our field, we can now use Koala's main effect, which is to attach 1 rested Dawn to a card on our field. We're going to give that to our leader. Now that Luffy has 1 Dawn attached, we can use Luffy's ability to give one of our characters 2 rested Dawn. We're going to give those to our Zoro, which now gains a rush, meaning he can attack immediately. We're going to declare an attack of 6,000 into our opponent's life. But the Koshiro that our opponent has is a blocker. They're going to use that blocker now to keep their life in check, sending the Koshiro to the grave instead. Finally, we will declare an attack with the Roronoa Zoro into our opponent's life. They will take this, and it is a trigger. They will use the trigger to kill our koala and put it into the trash. And with that, we'll pass it back to our Zoro player. The Zoro player will refresh all of their Dawn and restand their character, drawing a card for turn. They will now place 2 active Dawn from their Dawn deck, going up to 5 Dawn. We will now use all 5 Dawn to play the TCG we searched for from our hand to the field. TCG has an on-play ability, which means it triggers when she hits the field. What this does is it allows you to take 3 rested Dawn and give it to a character or your leader. We will give it to our Zoro. Now Zoro declares an attack into the opposing red Zoro, swinging 8,000 into the 6,000. Zoro is sent to the trash as defeated by battle. But this does trigger the Zoro's effect to play a cost of 6 or less red character from our hand. Our opponent plays the 6-drop red Luffy. Zoro's ability activates since it has 3 Dawn to restand itself and declare an additional attack. We'll use this attack to attack our opponent's life. Our opponent does counter out of this attack by discarding 4,000 power worth of counter from their hand, saving their Luffy by giving it 9,000 power this battle. We then pass the turn back to Luffy. Now the Luffy player will restand everything. Draw for turn, and set 2 Dawn active from the Dawn deck. Now for the Luffy, we're going to rest 4 Dawn to play our first event card of the duel. We're going to play a Gum Gum Mole Pistol from our hand, using its Activate main ability. We will give the Tashigi on board minus 5,000 power, and now that it is 2,000 or less, we will be able to KO the Tashigi. Now we will give 1 active Dawn to our leader of Luffy, and activate the ability of Luffy to give 2 rested Dawn to our main Luffy character. We will declare an attack with our character Luffy, who has an ability when attacking to give 1 rested Dawn to our leader, further boosting our leader's ability. Zoro takes the life and adds it to their hand. Now we will swing with our leader Luffy into their life as well. This time they're going to counter out with plus 4,000 counter, sending it to the trash. This concludes the scripted portion of the duel. It's now up to you to determine the winner of this match.
Thank you for coming and learning how to play the One Piece TCG with us. We hope you had a great time.
And now you're ready to set sail and become King of the Pirates.